Boob says, what did you say we'd be doing? I said we'd be reviewing, talking about the interview with Elon Musk and Jordan B. Peterson. You might not know them. Elon Musk is, of course, the brave, some are saying samurai ninja-esque warrior who bought X.com, a website that's always been called that, for $44 billion, which is nothing. He just did it because he loves free speech that much. And in fact, at one point, Antifa kidnapped him, put a gun to his head, and said, you have to file a lawsuit to get out of this. And he said, "Arr," and they filed it for him. But then he kicked out of his chains, and he got him. It's like, pow, 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 pow. And he got him out, and he stopped it, okay? Quite thankfully, he managed to get free speech back on X.com. Jordan, Dr. Jordy Peterman, Dr. Jordan Peters Man, of course, is Canadian, but don't hold that against him. His daughter has big tits, and he has the best medical advice, okay? For example, he has recommended that if at any point you are dealing with withdrawal, maybe from benzos, maybe you want to quit smoking, maybe you bite your nails too much, the quickest way to do it is to be put into a coma in a Russian prison. Just get into a coma. And listen, while it's happening, the, aforementioned daughter with the big tits might go fuck some sex traffickers while, snorting Molly in various Eastern European dance clubs in the summer of 2020 because you've also gotten COVID while you're in the medically induced coma. Listen, does he take benzos now? Possibly. We don't know. He, for a long time, was on a diet of only meat, where he, in fact, would not eat salads or any green vegetables, because they are, quite frankly, and this is important to write this down, they are gay. So he would just eat nothing but meat. And then he at one point did a shot of apple cider vinegar because he was told that was healthy. And because of that, he had to be put into the Russian coma. So they decided to do an interview where they talk about politics. They talk about trans issues. They talk about how to solve what's going on. Also, Stu Peters, I don't know who that is, but he's currently hosting live Gay Pete as Veep. Dems want homosexual in White House. RFK says Trump embraces swamp creatures. Let's just watch this. Can we just do that? Is this going to get copyright struck?
At what point do the American people realize that? And then what is the solution when they do?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is. And Trump bragging on Truth Social that he is meeting with Netanyahu. He's accepted the meeting and he's going to have him essentially into his home. The whole thing is a humiliation ritual. And I don't know the answer to your question. I don't.
This is powerful moderate centrist energy where you don't agree with the left or the right. Okay. You argue with the right that they shouldn't support Israel because of the war crimes and because of the Jews. Don't worry about it. Okay. Don't worry. You far leftists, don't worry about why he opposes Israel. It all makes sense.
I don't know what the solution is at this point, because I think, like you mentioned, every single level, the institutions that we revered and that we,
I'm going to say hi
to my heart, is just disintegrating before my very eyes.
Yeah,
would
it really
you
is. And I don't know if
like
you were one
to
of the 30
appear
million people
on
who viewed this tweet
the
that I put up
Vongino
just the other
predicament.
day. But it was, Biden and his skin suit failures, his costume malfunctions as he.
Absolutely. So this guy seems cool. He seems like he has good skin. He has normal tan skin. He spends the right amount of time in the sun, probably at no point yelling. So Elon Musk, and you can tell in this photo, he's wearing what appears to be a suit of armor, which is cool. He's a really, really cool guy. The Olympics laser show was amazing. X is now, where's the Jordan Peterson interview? Elon Musk, Jordan Peterson. We're going to watch this. We're going to talk about it. Okay, I don't like dead air. Talk amongst yourself. Did he say my heart is disintegrating before my very eyes? Yeah, it kind of seems like the kind of thing he would have said. So this is 2 hours long.
Exciting to be here.
This is very long. It took 2 hours for these men to have a conversation. A lot of movies are not this long. You can go see a movie, do a whole beginning, middle, and end, introduce various characters. Star Wars, not as long as this. And that's about a whole war in the stars. So I don't really know. listen, I don't want to criticize either of you guys because you both are daddy and also could possibly be my daddy, according to what producer Nancy Mom has yelled at me. But I just think maybe editing. Maybe we could, I don't know. But open mind, open heart. Let's see what they have to say.
Welcome to be here.
This is quite the amazing place, and I've been preparing to talk to you for a long time. So I'm really looking forward to it. You said something.
Now, when Jordan Peterson talks, he definitely like strings words together in correct ways. And at no point are you like, man, this guy was definitely in a Russian prison coma. Every word he says seems to connect to the previous word. He doesn't stop sentences midway through because he forgets how talking works. His brain's doing good.
That caught me right away when we were discussing.
Also, this is another thing that will happen as a result of coming out of a Russian prison coma. You are now allergic to normal suits. You cannot wear a suit jacket unless it has, I don't know, a deck of tarot cards on it or something like that, which is about fate and you slaying the female dragon or something like that. That's the basic thing about Jordan Peterson is he has 2 books that really sum up everything you need to know about him. His first book is called, of course, Lobsters Can Have Sex. Why Can't You? And the second is Dragons Get Their Periods, and that's called Chaos. It's all you need to know about him.
Various issues just before we started. You said you were up till 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
So-
actually a little more like 5 in the morning. But
Okay.
we got the XAI data center or supercomputer center training from beginning installation to start of training in 19 days, which is the fastest that anyone has ever gotten a super.
And the thing about him saying all this stuff, right? 5 in the morning, I'm very impressed. Indeed. It's something that Elon Musk shares with some of our greatest minds, namely every homeless guy at the library, is he doesn't sleep very much. But the thing is, that's true, except I was up till 6, you fucking jackass. What a loser. How dare you? He is devoted to free speech. Do you understand me? And you're going to sit there and be like, oh, he's a jackass and he's on ketamine and he just desperately wants Nazis to say he's cool because he has a weird dick. I'm not going to hear these complaints, okay? And when he's talking about these supercomputers, he keeps pausing because he clearly is really smart and understands the things he's saying. And consequently, he has to just in his head be like, okay, how do I say this in a way that I'd imagine he still talks like that even in his internal monologue. And he sort of does it like, how do I have to say that's he hosted Saturday Night Live. Remember that whole episode? He hosted it. Wild stuff. Who was the musical guest? Let's pull that up. We got to find out who the musical guest was in the episode Elon Musk hosted. Elon Musk SNL. Ladies and gentlemen, Smash Mouth. Who would it have been? Miley Cyrus was the musical guest. Ladies and gentlemen, Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus. Jinzi Hospital. He played Wario. It was a whole thing. He was having a lot of fun. So yeah, when he's doing these, he's talking about his big spaceships or supercomputers or whatever. He knows what's going on. He understands it, but he has to kind of slow down to make sure everyone else understands it.
Computer to train.
And is that in that new building off to the side?
That's in Memphis, actually.
It's in Memphis.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where you were?
Yeah.
I see.
Memphis,
Okay.
the capital of ancient Egypt.
Right.
We definitely all get that joke. Whatever the fuck he's talking about. Lamp Boobs, how did he manage to spell Cybertruck with 3 Ks? Well, he is operating at base levels you can't even understand, okay? He'll do just funny memes like that. He'll put 3 Ks, or he'll have some meme where it's like, the frog on a unicycle and be like, oh shit, it's dat boy. And then in parentheses, it'll be like Jews, are transing the kids. They're funny memes.
Yeah, you're bringing...
Who... Can you imagine the sketches he pitched when he was hosting SNL? Because famously, the host sits down and they're allowed to pitch sketches to the writers, and he definitely was like, "What if there's a sketch? I'm a trans person. I'm sleeping. I'm doing better. I need some ketamine. I'm cycling through different accents. What if there was a sketch where a trans person shit themselves?" And they probably put it on air.
Where our new
Punky
God will come
Johnson.
from.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I wish that was funny. Yeah, okay, so I want to talk to you about alignment.
I wish that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So to clarify, at this point he said Memphis, the capital of ancient Egypt, makes a lot of sense. It makes perfect sense. All of us with normal brains definitely registered that as a joke, let alone understood the joke, registered it. And then Jordan Peterson didn't laugh because he doesn't understand how laughter works. And then David Watson says, so all the ums were for my benefit. That's true. That's true for you, David Watson, because you're Scottish and therefore you have a mental deficiency. But then he's like, we have to laugh. And he's like cueing to Jordan Peterson, like, I'm going to devalue you on X. I'm going to kick it down. So you're, when you comment, you don't get any of the comments underneath that say pussy in bio, but you better laugh at this or else.
Yeah, I mean, look, there are a few things we're aiming for with Grok, the XAI.
Yeah.
That's the name of the AI from XAI is called Grok.
Yeah.
And if you're familiar with the term.
I'm familiar.
So,
I want to ask you about that too.
Well, Grok just.
So Grok is his AI. Let's check this out. All right. How do I ask questions to Grok? What question should I ask Grok? Sound off in the comments and I'll do it. How to use Grok. Open rival to OpenAI's Chat GPT. What the hell is this going on here? Grok has a Grok, where is this? Can I just ask questions now? No! Damn it. How do I use Grok? Where's Grok on here? I want to use Grok. I want a Grok. If Grok's not in the room, everyone should be asking where Grok is. Okay, so what's going on here? Replying to Elon Musk, weights in bio. I don't get it. So checks out. Oh God. How do we? How do I ask Grok a question? This is so annoying. Unveiled. Its purpose: conversational AI. One employee asked Grok. Okay, Grok. Where's Grok? XAI is an AI company. Okay. Understand the universe. Sign in. We're here. Oh, okay. Do I get to ask? Yes, sign in as Steve, dude. I'm Steve. I don't know who these other people are. Oh, Lampboop says, I think you have to be premium. I have to be premium to stream as well right now. So, God, I just got to say, Grok is a homosexual. Okay. Also, it's funny that every time I log in, Elon Musk's tweets are pinned right up at the front. And I just want to ask him if that was worth $44 billion. And it's a lot of money. You could literally hire 20 fucking Nazis to just follow you around your house and say you have a normal penis all day. Why is that? You got to pay for it just so I see your fucking tweets, your X's. What do we call this? What are notifications? Someone liked my post where I posted connections. Why aren't you guys following? Why aren't you guys following me on the Vongino predicament at gmail.com? Anyway, at gmail.com is the address. I'm being stupid. Where is this right here? Okay, we're watching. Let's see how many viewers we got now. Oh, we got 3. We're down from 10 to 3. People are not enjoying this content, and I, quite frankly, don't give a shit. But now can I not find it? Where was it? I was just trying to... God damn it. Okay. Mind-blowing interview.
First thing I'd like to say is that it's ridiculous.
Let's jump ahead a little bit.
The story of Genesis is that, so God is the a priori interpretive.
So this does make sense that at any given moment in a Jordan Peterson interview you just skip to, he is going to be explaining the Bible. A book he's definitely read a number of times. In Genesis, there is the apple, and Eve eats the apple, and that's why women have periods now.
Process that gives rise to order as a consequence of manipulating potential. And the intermediary factor is the word. That's the Christian conception. And the word is something like, well, language, but it's also something like the
It's like Elon looking very, yes, these definitely are thoughts that we're all having that I understand and I relate to. This definitely makes a lot of sense. The thing about Jordan Peterson is he does have open mic comedian energy. He shows up everywhere wearing a very wacky suit jacket. It's very funny. And then you're like, oh God, I hope he just tells like terribly racist jokes. That's what I'm into. Hope he goes up and goes, so the other day I got cut off by a car. And then I pulled up and I saw it was an Asian guy. And I was like, why are you so bad at driving? Because you're trying to eat a dog at the same time, eh? Round of applause. You're hoping that. But instead, he starts rambling about the Bible. And you're like, oh, fuck, he's schizophrenic. Oh, now this is sad. Because if I laugh at him, I'm mocking him, and it's ableist, and it's a whole thing, you know?
Sacrificial gesture that's necessary for learning to take place. So you could imagine this. When you learn something, it's not only that you add to a storehouse that you have, it's that something that you already know has to undergo a...
Here's what would be fun. After this interview, if we were to sit Elon Musk down and have him take a quiz on what Jordan Peterson said in this whole interview. Be like, what was he talking about? And, you know, he would pass it. Ooh, Violet says, butt, fart ass kisses, face screen smiling. Lamp says, I can't not see the 3Ks. Now, here's the thing. I was told at one point to just stop reading chat, but when not a lot of people are watching, it's a good way to fill up, you know, content. Anyway, yes, a very normal guys having a normal conversation. And at no point after the camera stopped rolling did they kiss.
Death and a transformation. You know, most real learning is painful, you think?
Yeah.
Listen, as a guy who studied for the GED, I agree. Oh, and now Elon Musk is going to comment.
I mean,
Well, think
sometimes
about,
painful.
well, the deeper the axiom that's shifting when you learn, the more chaos is associated with it. That can be exciting, but it can also be destabilizing. That
Yes.
existential crisis that you had great potential, right?
Sure.
Because you resolved it, but that didn't mean it was without its pain.
Sure.
Right? So if you imagine a hierarchy of axioms, right? And
Elon Musk is legitimately like, oh, this is the smartest man I've ever seen in my life. Lampoob says that's assuming everything you learn goes against what you already know. And that is true, actually. Every time you learn something new, you pull up Duolingo and try to learn German, all of a sudden, you don't know how sex works anymore. That's how that happens.
so the lower down the axiom hierarchy you go, the more
Also,
chaos
you're welcome,
is,
Violet.
is released when that axiom is challenged. You get a negative emotional response to that, which is anxiety and threat, because God only knows what happens when all hell breaks loose. But there's a positive aspect too. That's why it's a drag.
And keep in mind, they're probably talking about someone calling Elon Musk like a shithead on Twitter. Probably someone on X.com, a website that's always been called that. Someone went on there and was like, you got a weird ass body. Your tits look like the fucking Transformers. And then he was like, I think this is in fact chaos and Marxism.
Dragon and a treasure always in the hero mythology. It's because when all hell breaks loose, there's immense opportunity. And that's part of the meaning. Now, I think you capitalize on that treasure, let's say, on the treasure portion of the
got so many
chaos
lights
by
there. The light is
assuming
shining
something
too
like
much.
your own
All right, never
ignorance,
mind. There you go.
by allowing your initial preconceptions to die, and by tracking the trail of deep and insistent questioning.
I want to know the number of young men who watched this entire interview and then just showed up to the local community college and was like, 1 degree, please. They're like, did you complete all the credits? And you go, even better. I watched the 2 smartest men of all time talk about the Chaos Dragon. That's the thing. You don't need, listen, you're out there being like, don't drop out of high school. It's fine. Okay? I dropped out of high school when I was 13, still showed up every day. I stopped turning in the homework, but I did go there, mostly for the free lunch, which you did have to fight packs of feral dogs for. But regardless, you don't need a degree because the internet is full of the smartest people telling you what's up.
So now your questioning took the place, if I got it right, you basically took the scientific tack, hey? Is that right? Because you're...
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to understand truth.
I'm trying to understand. He can just say period, full stop. Let's go ahead a little bit here. Watch a little more of
the
this.
political wing. And the earth opens up and swallows up the faithless scouts. And it's the people who are led by Caleb and Joshua, who has the same name as Christ, by the way, and that's relevant.
And people don't know that. Christ's actual name was Caleb. Jordan Peterson seems to be doing a lot more talking here. To be fair, I think it's his show. But it would be like if you tuned into, the Tonight Show, And, you know, Jay Leno was doing all the talking, and every now and then Hugh Grant said, you know, you're right. The Bible is true. The Bible is very accurate. That's very relevant, Lampoop says. I'm sure. If you are a Tesla stockholder, just chill, okay? Is your stock plummeting? Who cares when God's real? Who needs stock money when you're going to heaven?
They're the ones that are led into the promised land. Okay, so what's the meaning of the story?
So this is 2 hours, and he seems to just be talking about the Bible the whole time. Again, I don't want to criticize the 2 smartest guys of all time. I think this is a great show. This is awesome. I don't know how different it would be if they just got a homeless guy off the bus to come in and do this show, gave him the liquor. I mean, it could be different. He'd somehow be less divorced. Jordan says, Jordan Peterson here. Thanks for watching my vids. You're welcome, Jordan. You're here. Jordan, you're here. Oh my God. Thank you. I can't have you on the show because I do have a no Canadians kind of rule, but I do want to say thank you for everything that you've ever done. All right. Before I met you, okay, I would talk to women. Now, every time I see one, I instead jack off onto a brick and then make my bed multiple times. It's really helped.
Well, the future's always a challenge.
Yes.
And the moral thing to do is to evince faith and courage in the future, regardless. In some ways, it's a weird thing because it's kind of regardless of the data. Because you can say, well, look at all the suffering that constitutes life and look at all the...
I'm hoping that this interview has like an IMDb page. So the quote section is just a lot of Elon Musk.
potential horrors of the future. And certainly people do
Lampoop says, do you tuck the cum brick into the bed like a little baby? No, I bring it back to the work site for a preschool and they just sort of put it in the mix.
hesitate about bringing a child into a world like this.
Now, this is interestingly put quote marks around world, because I have for a long time felt that the world is made up. Is Jordan Peterson saying we live in the Matrix? I think he is, and I think we do.
That's I hear that often, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's weird because if you had to bring a child into the world and you had to pick a time, you'd probably pick this one.
Yes.
And so...
Now, Elon Musk has brought a lot of children into the world. The big thing about Elon Musk, and this he definitely wants you to know, he can come. What does it take? Don't worry about it. Okay? Does he need to look at a picture of Richard Dawkins while he's doing it? We don't know, but he can come. And he is busted in so many employees. And consequently, they all had babies. You know that when you start working for Elon Musk, he's like, all right, here's your forms right here. I'm going to need to sign that and sign that. And here is a form that gives me access to your fertility tracker app. You know? Jordan says, I look very cute here, and Elon's Cybertruck logo is very cool and edgy. Now, Lampboobs has pointed out that there are 3 Ks in there. Does that stand for a hate group? Or does it stand for Cackling Clown Kamala? We don't know. We can't know unless Jordan tells us, which he might.
Obviously.
Lampoop says, but you get a pony right, which is accurate. People give Elon Musk a lot of shit because they're like, he offered a woman a pony for sex. Every woman out there. How many times have you had incredibly disappointing sex or you haven't come and then you've looked and not seen a pony? Okay? You just fuck a guy from a bar because you're kind of lonely and maybe you miss your dad. And then the next day you wake up and he's making breakfast. And you go, oh, you're making us breakfast. And he goes, no, I just made enough for myself. How much better would you feel if he just brought one of those out and you get one? Just saying.
Everybody who had a child, at least by choice in the past, did that in spite of the catastrophe of the future. But, sorry, it's a long-winded way of making a point.
It is wild how I keep skipping to random points and Elon Musk is saying nothing. It really is just the Jordan Peterson show. And he got Elon Musk to sit down and just, because obviously Elon Musk's favorite thing to do is to watch Twitter. He loves to go on there and just really deliver some insightful tweets like, yes, or interesting, or 3 exclamation marks. And so just Twitter came to his house, which is nice of him. Oh, he's going to be talking here. All right, what's he going to say?
Upload our minds to computers and then humans, there won't really be a need for humans. And I thought that was... I was like, what team are you on, Larry?
Hard on the humans there.
Right. What team are you on?
Lampoop says, what are the geniuses on Twitter saying about the interview? I think it's a combination of he's the smartest guy alive and we need to exterminate the Jews. And of course, Pussy in Bio, look at Pussy in Bio, follow me for Pussy in Bio. And to be fair, that's just Ian Miles Chong. David Watson says, does he know any other way? Who does? Who does? Now, Elon Musk says that eventually AI will take over humans and we will not have a need for humans. And he's kind of in touch with his inner child. And some are saying he has the understanding of technology of maybe a 12-year-old and not a particularly bright 12-year-old. They don't get it. He's staying connected to his roots.
And I said, we really need to make sure humanity thrives and grows. And then he called me a specious for saying that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I guess I am.
Lampoop says, I thought the Malaysian government executed him. They tried, but he's got that Jimmy Carter disease where he can't possibly die. Let the record state, Ian Miles Chong is Jimmy Carter's son. That's accurate. Jordan says the 3Ks stand for Kit Kat Car, the name of Elon's next car. Ooh. And it's 2 cars, right? And they're right beside each other, and they're made of chocolate. That is maybe an actual idea he's going to have. He's probably a number of time emailed whoever is in charge of receiving Elon's emails. There's some guy who probably makes like $500,000 a year and his job title is email receiver. And he just gets emails from Elon when he wakes up in the morning. He's like, what if it was a car that black people can't get into or something like that? And at one point he has probably sent him an email just being like, we need a car that's made of chocolate. And the guy's like, all right, I hope this is one we can kind of... No dummy, it just runs on chocolate. That wouldn't work, okay? That's now you're just revealing your ignorance. Cars can't run on chocolate, only gasoline.
Pro-human, what are you?
Right. That's the question.
Yeah,
if you're
absolutely.
not pro-human, that's not nothing.
I mean, I'm pro-human. I love the humans. That being said, if we could maybe let dolphins run things for a while, give them a shot. They don't have opposable thumbs, but see, how much worse could they do?
That's
Right, that's something else. You're pro something.
I think it's a crazy thing to not be pro-human. I mean, if humans are not going to be on Team Human, who is? That was the final straw, really.
From the Giga Factory. That's where they make gigas.
I was like, okay.
Go ahead a little bit.
Well...
Now, it is cool that Elon Musk has a very futuristic water bottle he's drinking out of here. You see this water bottle and you're like, fuck, this guy knows computers.
The more powerful that AI gets, it could decide that is not merely that it wants to force that outcome.
Violet says, heck yeah, I agree.
Eradicate its performative
Oh, Lampoop says, I don't think that lady that had to live in that house with that dolphin would want them in charge. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'd love to riff on it. Send me a link. What's going on? Put a link in chat. What lady had to live in a house with a dolphin? Is this a reality show? Is this a job? Is this a she married a dolphin legally kind of thing?
contradictions.
Oh, David Watson says, I can run on chocolate and weed. Weed's still legal in Scotland, right? Jordan, the kids farming cocoa aren't working hard enough. Elon will change that. That's a very good point. Because if there's one thing Elon's very good at, it's being involved in the lives of children.
Right,
Yes.
act out what it believes. Oh yes, that's highly likely.
It could conclude society is insufficiently diverse according to his programming and will simply force that diversity.
By whatever means
is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a lot of talking. They spend like 45 minutes talking about the Bible and the Chaos Dragon, and this is all just because Elon Musk saw the girl Ghostbusters on TBS last night. Flipping through channels, he goes, oh, society is forcing diversity. We can't have this. It's because someone texted him a photo of the Black Little Mermaid, and he's like, call up Jordy. Call up Jordy Peterson. We're doing a whole goddamn interview.
Okay, so that's good. That's good on the AI side for now.
Look, I don't think you and I would make it in that scenario.
No, I don't think so.
we both die. All right, well, I just got an article right here. So I promise you, don't let me forget. If I forget, tell me. After this interview, we're going to read about a lady who lived with a dolphin.
I don't think so. So how about we talk about Trump for a minute? The first thing, there's one.
Now, this was a thing recently where Elon Musk allegedly said he would give Donald Trump $45 million every single month until he's elected again in a landslide, probably a 53-state victory as long as we separate Rhode Island into 4 different states. It could easily happen. But then later, Elon Musk went back on that and was like, no, I'm not actually going to give him the money because, and everyone's like, oh, he's a liar. He's spineless. He's a piece of shit. He believes nothing. He knows nothing. He wakes up every day hoping fucking Ian Miles Chong still likes him. That literally drives this man with hundreds of billions of dollars is dipshits on fucking X.com thinking he's cool. People believe silly things like that. But the truth is, Donald Trump just texted him and was like, I'm good, bro. I'm fine, dude. But you want to come over on Saturday? We'll get a fucking crave case from White Castle and we'll play Halo 3. And he said, sure, bro.
One question about Trump that I really wanted to ask you. So are you shocked at the fact that you're donating a substantial amount of money to facilitate Trump's election? Is that?
No, we're just going to say there. Because everyone knows how forgiving Trump is. That's true. Trump texts him and say, it's cool, man. Don't worry about it. I know you got the money. You got a bunch of money. But like shit happens, dude. It's all good, man.
That's something you...
If there's one word we could use to describe Donald Trump, obviously that word is hinged. He's an extremely hinged individual.
Would have believed in the realm of possibility, say, 5 years ago.
Here's the water bottle. I flash back just to see this water bottle right here. What a cool futuristic water bottle. I bet it connects to an app on your phone that every time you drink it, it just pops up a little drop of water going, you're cool. You're cool. Your kids are wrong to not love you.
Well,
and I want to diversify out into California.
What's been reported in the media is simply not true.
Okay.
I'm not donating $45 million a month to Trump.
Right.
He's donating $46 million a month to Trump. Not true.
No. What I have done is I have created a PAC or super PAC, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And people don't know. PAC stands for Pussy Ass Combo, which is the combo's, snacks, but it tastes like pussy and ass.
Which is, I simply call it the America PAC. And
you want to tell everybody who's listening what a PAC is, because people.
David Watson says your penis isn't weird at all. That's the main thing. That's who drinks the water bottle and the drop of water comes out and goes, "You've made women come with your normal penis."
It's a political action committee.
Yeah.
Wrong. He's lying.
It's an organization.
I don't care. Boring.
Massive idiosyncrasies of Trump are the mirror image of his capacity to stand up to bullies. Right? That's a tough call, man.
And this is an issue we need to talk about. People need to stop bullying Trump. What a bullied man. People cyberbully him. They're very, very mean. And Elon Musk will finally stop him getting bullied.
But so you've obviously decided to lay your efforts down on the side of the Trump administration in the forthcoming election, and so
I think it's really, I think we need a change of administration. I think many years ago.
And what's fun about seeing these guys talk to each other is they definitely both made eye contact when the cameras weren't rolling. They definitely weren't two men who walked in staring at the ground, and then as soon as someone said action, presumably as Craig Zoller, they just looked up and then they pretended to be humans. Lamp Boob says by going back to an old administration. First off, do not call Donald Trump old, okay? He might be 78, but he has the blood of a 22-year-old. Think about that. David Watson, it's a weird penis support group. Accurate.
I think probably the Democratic Party was the party of meritocracy and of personal freedom.
Yeah.
They used to be the free speech party.
Yeah.
And these days they seem to be the censorship party under the guise of hate speech.
Yeah.
That's so true. Did you know that thanks to the Democrat Party, Lamp Boobs, you mean he owns the blood of a 22-year-old? That would be insane. He does not own the blood of a 22-year-old. He owns the blood of 22-year-olds. Very different. Yes, Elon Musk's main problem, and I think this is a real issue that we need to face as moderate centrists, something that really drives the Rust Belt in America, is you're no longer allowed to say the N-word on social media. People get very mad. People get very mad. Jordan, I'm crying right now thinking about how bullied Trump is. You should be. They're so mean to him. They're constantly saying that he has orange skin, or maybe he's a little overweight, or maybe was a bad father, or a bad husband, or a bad president, or is a sex criminal, or broke the law a number of times, or maybe, in fact, wasn't very good at having sex with a porn star. Stop it! All right, guys, that's enough of this. That's enough of this. Round of applause for that little segment.
Shut up and sit down.